everybody, it's Karen. That's right, I'm back. It's like, what is that scary movie? Was that Poltergeist? She's back. Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry. I love movies, don't you? Anyway, how you guys doing out there? Good. You know, something as simple as breathing is amazing. We do it involuntarily. Breathe. How many times do people tell you get nervous? Breathe. Well, for some people, it's not that easy. Our friend Jamie Holloway has vasculitis of the throat. Okay, I know it's a little bit different and everything. So basically, when she started having problems breathing, she'd go to the doctor and everything, and they weren't really sure what it was. They were like, "Oh, well, I don't know. I just don't know." Then she began to get to the point to where she couldn't speak. So they started to investigate her throat a little more to kind of find out what was going on. And they found out that most of us have our trachea is about the size of a man's thumb, okay? And her trachea is about, well, I have big hands, so it's probably half this size, okay? Which makes it really hard for air to come in and out. And that's what your trachea does. It has air coming in and out, making sure that you're able to breathe and everything, and all kinds of oxygen, the whole 9 yards. And they found out, oh, she's got vasculitis. Okay, so this is not going to work. Then later on, they discovered, now this is over the course of years that they were trying to figure out what was going on, talking about being chronically ill and that roller coaster. Sometimes that roller coaster just kind of gets stuck where you're like, okay, what's going on? So she started having these symptoms. She couldn't breathe. She couldn't speak, that kind of thing. All kinds of interesting things were happening. So now they figured out, what do? Well, we have to do something because, as it turns out, her trachea is getting smaller and smaller, the vasculitis, constricting, and making sure they get smaller and smaller. So what was she supposed to do? And then, I mean, she had doctors that you wouldn't believe. And finally, she got a doctor that was really innovative, and he says, hey, we're going to have to give her a trach. I know this is not a normal process, but we're going to do this. And so they did give her a trach. They started out with a plastic trach, because a plastic trach makes it easier to do all kinds of stuff, to talk the whole night, because it's plastic, okay? But they ended up having to give her a steel one, actual steel. She tried the plastic, and it just didn't work for her, so they had to go back in, think about it. Once again, that roller coaster, what do we do now? And once again, she had a team of doctors that said, you know what, we think this will work, let's try it. And she has been just an experiment for a lot of doctors here in the Northwest to try to figure out exactly what's going on. Now, I have a client actually who has vasculitis also, and her situation is a little bit different than Jamie's. Once again, when you are chronically ill, you may have the same thing that another person has, but it affects you a little differently, maybe a little more intensely. So now she started having surgeries. I mean, plural surgeries. And our last count, unfortunately, she's in the hospital right now. And our last count, if I'm not mistaken, and if I am, she'll tell me, Karen, you learned to count. She's very analytical. She'll get me. I think this is the 137th time. That's right, 137th time that she's been in the hospital. Now, this last time she had to go, it's simply because she didn't have a part for her nebulizer. This is a high-tech nebulizer, not just the same little nebulizer we get if we go to the hospital. This is a major nebulizer, and special one, as a matter of fact, that cost hundreds of dollars. And somehow the fuse or a piece is missing. In other words, it just wasn't working as well as it should have. It was able to give her some oxygen, but not enough, that kind of thing. All these things are super technical. So if you go to her site, JamieChasesButterflies.com, this is where she has her blog. Once again, she's also an owner here at Wellness Works Northwest. You go there, wellnessworksnorthwest.com, and you can hear all the stuff. I mean, boom, it's just right there, that kind of thing. As you can tell, I'm a detail person here. Hey, be nice to me, daggone it, quit that. But anyway, so time and time again, she's had to go to the hospital. This last time that she's in the hospital here at the end of October here, is when we're doing this right now, basically things dried up due to the lack of the nebulizer. and she wasn't able to produce any mucus. Okay, so all her mucus is right here. Even when she was born, her nasal cavities were smaller than the normal person, if you will, and that was a birth defect. Isn't that interesting? We've talked about birth defects before and how, it can lead to, chronic illness, and some chronic illnesses are birth defects. They start in the beginning. Anyway, just amazing stuff. She is just a walking miracle. Anyway, so she's in the hospital as we're filming this right now, and so she needs that nebulizer. So we've started a GoFundMe account for her, and we are rocking it. Talking about building, I love it. We're about 25% there at the time of this. Once again. And we know we're going to get there because of all the kind people who are out there and they're watching. They're saying, ooh, let me help. So what we're asking for, of course, is for people to donate anywhere from $1 or whatever, that kind of thing, just to kind of give her a hand up. Jamie does a lot of good things for a lot of people, and she's an absolutely wonderful person. And anybody that's had to go and have all kinds of things done, hospital stays up to 137, and I think I'm close on that. Think about that for a moment. That's over the course of about 7 years or so. I mean, great day in the country, So she's had a lot to deal with, and we're trying to help her out and everything, and make sure that she's okay. But I know a lot of you out there may know somebody that has vasculitis, that kind of thing, breathing issues. I mean, we're all, of course, right now with the whole COVID thing going and everything, we're all really concerned about a number of things. And those of us whose immune system is challenged, we have to be exceptionally cautious and make sure that things are happening and everything. And so I just wanted to give a major shout out to Jamie out there. Whoop, whoop! She's doing good, and she's chasing all the male nurses, I hear. But that's terrible. She's going to get me for that one too. I'm really going to catch it for this one. Anyhow, so Jamie, we're thinking about you. We love you, and we know you're going to do it. She is one of the most resilient people I've ever known, and she teaches all of us to remain resilient. It's just something to do. I was coming home here the other day, and today as a matter of fact, and I dropped some quarters on my calloused toe. And then normally I would do a big production because, well, I'm kind of a drama queen. No, but then, I just kind of stopped and I thought, you know what? That's nothing. That is absolutely nothing. Get over it, girlfriend. Buzz up. And that's what I did, because my gosh, there's a lot of suffering going on out there, and Jamie is suffering quite a bit, but she's very thankful. She's happy. Like I said, she's doing great. She can't speak right now, and they're doing the best they can to make. They have a special thing they do with her. It's kind of what they call a shaker machine. So they have to kind of shake all the dried stuff that she's got there in her bronchioles and everything, because her bronchioles are quite inflamed right now. So they shake that out, and then they suck it out. Isn't that amazing? I mean, this is some really interesting stuff. First of all, that they can do that now, that they understand a little bit more about what they're doing. I am very appreciative of that. But it's something else. It's the challenge. Let's say it is the roller coaster, and we know Jamie's going to be just fine. She'll be getting out and making it happen in no time. And we appreciate you for donating to the GoFundMe fund so we can get that peace. That's how she ended up in the hospital, is because the nebulizer just wasn't keeping things moist in there. And so we're going to get that nebulizer before you know it. We're going to get her out of the hospital. Bam! And she'll be barking out orders to us really soon. Okay, that's number 3. I know I'm in for it now. Anyway, we just enjoy what we do, and we enjoy you guys, and we know that somebody else out there is dealing with a very similar situation. And that's why we tell you all these stories, because we know there are people watching out there and they go, hey, I've got that, or Aunt Martha has that, or so-and-so's got that. Doesn't Tim have that? Because we're all connected. We are the conduit between you and resiliency. And Jamie, you are the perfect picture of resilience. Whoop, whoop! Superhero, yes. Now, if you're at home right now and you're saying, well, I can't do an awful lot, I appreciate that. But if you can kind of move your feet a little bit, can you move your feet up and down like I'm doing now? That's really cool. When you do that, you're boom. We're sending blood right through your veins. We're trying to increase your circulation. So maybe it's a bad day and you say, well, I don't really feel like doing anything. Move those feet for me. Come on. I see ya. That's right. Move those feet. You're just moving your feet, almost as if you were tapping, that kind of thing. Just like Dolly Parton would say, wee-ha! on now, move those feet. Yes. She is who I'm voting for president, so I mean, you guys just get real. I'm sorry. She's perfect. She's got a perfect personality. She brings people together. So you tap your feet just a little bit like that. Nice and easy. If you have bands, and if you can grab them, they don't have to be really, they can be really light. And just pull, trying to take control. Pull. That really helps too, because that moves things. That's great. Circulation is increasing. That's right. Inflammation is decreasing. Nice and easy. You're feeling better, you're smiling. I see smiles out there. I see smiles, everyone. Yes, nice and easy. Take it easy. If you can get your hands up to see it. It's not really, I don't want you to go behind your head. That's not really good. Let's keep it up like that. It's nice and easy in front of you, just like that. Nice and easy. You're still breathing. There you go. You've moved. You've moved, and your heart goes, hey, you've increased your heart flow. Just with a couple of exercises, you guys can do it. I really want to see you become resilient, because I know you can do it. And just like Jamie would say, let's do this. I'm sending you all kinds of positive prayers and positive vibes.